picture. Can you bring it here?
Yeah.
And come closer. Thank you. Alors, did you ask me for impact of the recession on retail? Wasn't you? Okay, it was Nikita.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ask me for something and I didn't do it?
I was supposed to write you an essay, but I forgot to do it.
Okay.
But
Oh, yes,
I
that's
could do
right.
it.
Okay. No, you can do it and send it to me on Slack and I
Yeah.
will correct it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will give you the right structure. Okay. So now the mic is for you. I think that you know already about it. So what you need is, I'll give you the paper.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you just, because I have written notes on them. Do not forget. Okay, that should be for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Alors, bien. Let's start. XM, Xiang Mobile. Okay, so can you resume each paragraph? Would you like to have
It was a while ago.
It's a while ago, I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
Like one.
I'll get it up on Trello on my computer instead so she can use this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so when XM released its first smartphone, okay, the X1 in 2012, the industry could not believe its price. Okay, why? Because consumers in country Y, where XM is based, could buy this high specification smartphone for just $350. Okay, this represented astonishing value compared to competitors' products. Okay, including the market-leading brand, which sold for £800. Like, please remind me of something. XM quickly followed the X1 with an even lower priced line of smartphones, starting at just 150. This offered a lower specification yet delivered high value. Okay, so this helped XM to become its country's second largest smartphone brand within just 2 years. And the business was founded by Xiansan Chen Mo Xiansan, an entrepreneur with a record success in technology markets. To attract senior executives from other technology companies, Xiang offered them the status of co-founders. That's really smart. Okay? And shares in the business, most potential investors that would make them stay in that company forever. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And most potential investors were doubtful that a new brand could succeed in the crowded smartphone market. Entering the market would require a large amount of capital. Venture capitalists were approached for finance in return for equity. Not all firms are the same. Unlike rivals, XM does not spend significant sum of money on traditional advertising, marketing costs, and are less than 1%, comparing to others that are 6%. XM has targeted its products at technology enthusiasts. The company has kept costs low by selling most of smartphones online through its own website. That is really, really smart. Okay, and one of the country's largest online retail sites, XM has not opened any of its own shops, no sellers, no brands, no nothing, okay, just a website. And those companies use social media. The company uses social media, public relations, and its own customer to help promote its product. With limited availability of products, okay? It means that whenever they launch a new one, the crowd would be there to buy everything. XM now knows that every time it has something to announce, customer will listen. Creating scarcity. What is scarcity?
Like short amounts.
Exactly.
So it's very
Rare, something that's rare is
Scarce.
scarce. Exactly. XM is still a relatively small business compared to the market leader, where when the latest model of smartphone, the X2, went on sale in 2014, the first batch of, what is batch production?
group produced in the same.
Give me an example.
So candy, for example, packets of chocolate, they're not produced separately in mixing ingredients. They're made together in a big pot of chocolate and then put into bars separately and shipped off.
Yes, for example, yeah, that's right. For example, I would give another example too. Did you get the meaning of that example?
Yeah.
Like the best one is bakery, where I can, because I was producing croissant. Okay, so I would produce 50 croissants and put them aside, just let them rise, and then put them in the oven. Okay, I was doing by 50 by 50 by 50 by 50. Okay, this is but the croissant, you gather all the ingredients. Okay, you put the ingredients, you prepare the ingredients, and then you split them in 50, and then you leave them aside, and then you cook them, and then you do another 50. Okay, so by batch. Okay, so, and then, where was I? Okay, when on sale on 2013, the first batch of 50,000 units sold out within minutes. Okay, XM only releases a limited quantity of smartphones each week. Inventory is kept low and orders are shipped directly from the contracted manufacturer in country wide. Xian, the CEO, believes that through creating a scarce supply of products, XM has raised brand awareness and achieved free publicity. Industry specialists believe that XM could sell many more units at prices significantly above those currently charged. However, there is concern that the manufacturer in country Y is operating near full capacity. They can't do more. And the proportion of defective products has increased to over 0.5% in the last year. Cash shortage. Initially, XM suffered significant net cash outflows. Despite early sales growth, to raise capital, XM was listed on the technology stock market in 2013. However, Xiang, his co-founders, and the venture capital company retain a majority shareholding in XM. The business has also financed its growth through borrowing from financial institutions, banks, for example. Appendix A contains further financial data. Research and development. Initially, XM smartphones were criticized as just being copies of the leading brand. However, a recent industry article on XM's growth commented, usually country-wide companies have followed a strategy of simply copying products. In contrast, XM seeks to build an innovative brand that compares favorably with the best in the country. Customers have been impressed by the user-friendly features, build quality, and processing power of the smartphones. The smartphone industry is dynamic and innovation is continuous. Individual products have short product life cycle. However, XM keeps its smartphones on the market for up to 2 years compared to an industry average of 1 year. XM's expenditures on research and research and development is 7% of revenue. The global market leader spends 6.5%. XM sets the price for a new smartphone close to marginal cost. Okay, so they have a small benefit margin. However, in this market, costs quickly fall as components become outdated. In the long term, XM aims to generate revenue through software sales and not just hardware. Although it it is a highly competitive market, XM is also developing a range of software applications, apps, to complement its smartphone. Soft human resources management. Human resources management of XM 2,200 employees is characterized by a soft approach. The structure of the business is decentralized. Xiang has attempted to cultivate an informal atmosphere at the head office and within regional departments. Project teams work on product innovation. These teams are made up of employees from all parts of the business. Project leaders are encouraged to manage teams in a democratic manner. The research and development team is attached to a leading university with which XM has formed a strategic alliance. XM has invested heavily in training and developing employees. Employees at all levels are enrolled in share option scheme based on loyalty and meeting targets. Ambitious targets are set for departments, teams, and employees. Everyone is aware of the CEO's high expectations. Market development. XM has decided to enter the market in country Z in 2017 in preparation for this. The overseas expansion team commissioned research on the market. Appendix B gives detail of this research. Developing a marketing strategy for this new market is now a priority. XM's objectives for 2017 is to sell a total of 2 million smartphones in this new market, rising to 4 million the following year. This objective will contribute to XM's corporate goal of becoming the fourth biggest global smartphone supplier by 2020. Appendix C contains further data about this market. Diversification. The board of directors is also considering diversification. Two options are currently under review. Option 1 is to take over a TV subsidiary of a well-known multinational electronics. Key points: market share of this TV how do you pronounce
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary of well-known has fallen in the last 2 years. Has fallen, okay? And the TV subsidiary's factory is modern and its products are of good quality. The TV subsidiary has made losses for 3 consecutive years. Consequently, the likely purchase price will be low. Option 2, develop tablets. Use XM, okay. The key point is to use XM's strength in product design and development to enter the tablet market. Launch of products would be 1 year after the decision to enter the market. And this market is predicted to continue to expand rapidly over the next 3 years. It is a competitive market with several well-established brands. At the next board meeting, XM directors will choose which strategic option to invest in. Appendix D contains a summary of strategic choices, data to present at the meeting. Let's see the data. So in Appendix A, we have a number of issued ordinary shares in 2014 and 2015, total equity, non-current liabilities, operating profit, profit after tax, revenue, dividends, share price, asset test ratio. What is asset test ratio?
Isn't it the ability with assets that you've got them to pay back all the liabilities?
It's the assets minus what?
Liability?
Minus the stocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's assets minus stocks on liabilities. But what does this tells you?
Like how well they're able to pay back.
Exactly, because it's inversement proportionnel. It's liabilities is under. Okay. It's assets over assets, net assets or cash if you want, or the ability to pay what you have, liquidity. Exactly. The right term is liquidity. Over what? Over what is due.
Okay.
It's a number. So if you compare, for example, like this, let's write that. If you let's write it here. Oops. Oh, okay. The first page. If we write it here. acid test ratio equal net liquidity, let's say liquidity, okay, over liabilities. Liquidity equal assets minus stocks over liabilities. And then you find, for example, 1.5. What are you going to say?
That they're able to pay back.
Exactly. It means that the liquidity is 1.5 more than the liabilities. It means that you have 1.5 more money than liabilities. So you will pay your liabilities and you will still have money.
Okay.
Okay? If you have 0.33.
Then you can only pay back a third of your liabilities.
Exactly. You can't pay your liabilities. That's all what it gives you. What is current ratio?
That's current assets divided by current liabilities.
Exactly. This is currently a ratio. This part. But I prefer always to work with this one. It gives you more indication about your company. Because if you don't consider the stock, you don't know if you have a lot of stock or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you have still a lot of stock, it means that this company is, it's not that she's not giving profit, but there is some problems with having a lot of stock. It's better to manage your stock than to leave it in. It can lose its value. It can be damaged by weather. There is a lot of things coming with the stocks. Okay. Okay. Go back. Sorry to have the question. Okay. So here we have price earning ratio. What is price earning ratio? Let's see that bit by bit, okay? I'm not going to stress you with that. So, market research data from smartphone. Okay, we have in country Y and in country Z. We have market share of market leading brand, forecast sale 2016, forecast sale in 2017, percentage of sales through online selling, smartphone ownership, median household income, percentage of population aged between 20 and 34, and percentage of household with internet access. And Appendix C, forecast data for country. So you have the inflation, that's important. You have exchange rate, okay? With the money, which one is better? What do you think? 98 or 102, considering the inflation? Yes.
I'd say country Z, depending on what you're doing.
Country Z, but you have 1% inflation more than the country Y. It depends, like you said. Okay? It might be equal because of the inflation, okay? But coming from another country and investing in that country might be interesting as well, okay? So annual population growth, which one is better? Definitely.
Country Z, because
Exactly.
you have more people.
Exactly. The growth is far more than 0.5, okay? Change in interest rate.
Country-wise.
Country Z. You have an interest.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking in terms of taking loans if they're losing money.
Yeah, that may as well be effective. You're right as well. But you have also, when you have money and you bring it and you inject it in that market, and you have an added value. Okay, it depends where you are standing.
Yeah.
Is it like the one who is asking for money or the one that is injecting money? That's right. Okay. Appendix D, strategic choices. So we have two choices. It's either going through TV, smart TV, or going through tablets, okay? And we have key points. So let's start with the questions, and then you are going to talk. Make it suffer. Analyze the benefit to XM of using a soft approach to human resources management. Define first for me soft approach and what is the kind of human resource management. Like this, just by the name, soft approach of human resources management. What does calls in your mind?
So soft approach to human resource management. It's more of a well, I don't know.
Yeah. It's right. It's soft.
Yeah.
It means what it says. Okay?
The easier explaining.
The contrary of soft, what is it?
The country.
The contrary.
Hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
So you have soft management and hard management of your human resources. What do you think about that? Look, the word says a lot about that. Soft management means that you
give more, like you
give more.
Yeah, you can more
Exactly.
give and take, while hard is just, this is more how it is.
Definitely, it's definitely that, but you have to explain it more. In soft management, you care more about your employees. Okay, how do you care about your employees in your mind, Annabelle?
So you give them responsibilities, that you involve them in discussions about.
Yes, involve them in discussion. So you give them consideration. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Possibly even from responsibilities point, let them manage their own projects. So let them, rather than telling them what to do every second of every day, let them sort of.
You are going too far.
Oh.
Not just employees. You have just employees, and you want them. You want to manage them softly.
Okay.
What would you give them? First, we talked about that last time. The first thing that employees want is that you know that whenever you go in all the managing books or leadership books, the first thing that employees want is recognition. Exactly. Recognition. This is the first. According to every employee all over the world, it comes first. Recognition.
Okay.
And then.
No.
They want
First.
to. Yeah.
Hear them.
Yes, listen to them. That's right. But you have to offer them something else. What is that else?
Income. Then?
You know what? The income, the salary has been mentioned the fifth by employees.
Okay.
Yes, they want to be well-being, recognition, improvement, training, and then salary.
Okay.
Yeah, a recognition came first, and salary came fourth, or I don't remember exactly, but it came fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
Okay, but they wanted recognition, well-being. Well-being was the second one.
Okay.
So soft management is when you consider your employee. Okay, you love your employee. Okay, so you give them rewards whenever they are doing well. Like in this company, what they are giving them. Shares option whenever they meet their targets. Okay, so this is not only recognition, this is rewarding. Okay, it's more than well-being because they are look how they feel in their company. So this is what soft management, when you give your people recognition, well-being, nice structure where they can feel like Hensberg, what he said that they don't need and sanitary. When it's not sanitary, it's not proper, it's not okay. It's so when you give them a nice place where they can feel good, this is part of well-being. You give them training, this is a second part of well-being. You give them improvement, this is a third part of well-being. A good salary, this is not good salary. He's smart, he's giving them shares, okay, making them reducing retention, okay, turnover, reducing turnover, keeping the retention within the company, okay. This is soft management. Hard management is what?
Yeah. when you care more about your own goals and take away their decision making and
MVP?
where you are more focused on your own goals.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they need to more adapt to what you think they need to do.
Exactly.
Than giving them the availability to, well, get all of the things that you just said instead. That explanation is
Hard. It's definitely that. Okay, you are focused on your objective, on your profit, and don't manage your human resources. Okay, your labor. They would call that labor. In this case, they would call that in hard. They would call that labor. They don't care about if they keep them or they don't keep them. The turnover. They just need to reward absenteeism. To not reward, plutôt punir. Comment tu dirais punir? Punish. Okay, absenteeism. They don't care about. They just need you to do the hours they ask you to do, and that's it. To produce, and that's it. And for example, I would in UK, if I say that, is this kind of a company that are managing their labor in a hard way. There is no improvement, there is no training, there is nothing. Okay, they are just hiring people to sell, and that's it. Okay, this is the difference between hard and soft. Okay. Let's go further. Okay, analyze the benefit to XM of using soft approach to human resources management. That's now it's open to you. Up to you, not open to you. Sorry. So, what do you think?
So this was a paper. I didn't actually do this paper. I did a different.
It's fine. I don't want you to do it. I want you just to think about it. Okay. You don't need, even for example, for the mathematics, I don't want you to know it. I just want you to acquire. So now we need to think. You have the case study.
yeah.
Okay. Shall we go back to the case study and think about it? Because I want you to think. I don't want you to know.
Okay.
Okay. So what have been said about it's so okay. Market development, soft human resource management. Okay, so human resource management of XM 2,200 employees is characterized by a soft approach. The structure of the business is decentralized. What's the meaning of decentralized?
It's more spread out. It's
exactly. You have the headquarter and you have the unities. Okay, this is what the meaning of decentralized. And each entity had its own manager. Okay, XM has attempted to cultivate an informal atmosphere. Okay, so informal atmosphere, they can come with joggings and just something informal and being like at home. Okay, working like at home. At the head office and within regional departments. It's even in the head office, they will feel like at home, okay? And project teams work on product innovation. These teams are made up of employees from all parts of the business, okay? So what they do is they take all the part of the business and they take a team. Like, this is a best way to have a global vision of the work. Okay, if you have each person of a team of a production, they would know everything. Okay, it's not like you are going to ignore one part of the. You have all information about your work and even what you want to reach. Okay, and then these teams are made up of employees from all parts of the business. Projects leaders are encouraged to manage team in a democratic manner. Means that everyone has the right to say his words. Okay, the research and development team is attached to leading university. Okay, the research, the R&D, research and development, is always attached to a research university. It means that you are updating every time your research, okay? Which XM has formed a strategic alliance. It means that I give you money, strategic alliance. I give you money to fund this student and this research and this research. That in exchange you're giving me the prior, la prima. Comment tu dirais la prima?
Priority.
La priority, exactly. The priority of those research. Okay. So XM has invested heavily in training and developing employees. Okay. So it makes them skilled employees. Okay. Employees at all levels are enrolled in a share option scheme based on loyalty. It means that they are not going to quit. Okay. So from here, the question was.
Analyze the
analyze
of using soft.
Exactly. So from here you have all the answers. Yeah. So what do you think, Niels?
Well, I think them having soft HR management, with that, they're able to keep theirs along with the stock scheme that they have. Or share scheme, not stock scheme, but almost the same thing.
It's the same thing. Stock scheme as scams or share scams, it's fine. Stocks is shares.
Oh, then I'm mixing it up with a different word in Swedish.
Which one?
I don't know. Never mind. Along with that, they're able to keep their employees along longer because if they have to invest more in developing new employees.
So you have to use the right term. They reduce turnover because the one who is correcting your paper want this word, decreasing turnover, okay? If they offer them, you're right, completely right. If they offer them a scam, scam, it means that they are retaining them and by reducing turnover. Okay, that's perfect. What else?
That's with the project. The way that projects are run, so they have a matrix structure, and they also have like levels of training that are always going on, so they're always improving the productivity and
motivation, productivity, skills.
Yeah.
So you have always skilled employees. Do you think that skilled employees are able to find easily?
No.
You have to invest to find to have employees, skilled employees. Okay, so you have skilled employees. What else? So skilled employees means that you are competing in technology market. Okay, technology market are not easy. Really, really hard. For example, look at iPhone and Samsung. Okay, there is a big competition between them. They have to improve every time and update their phones, okay? Finding new technology. Look, the last iPhone 10 and the last Samsung, what was the name of the Samsung?
S9, I think.
Yes, creating watches with that, going with along with the phones. So they have to be creative. So if you train your, that would give skill.
Yeah. And they could
use employees
to reinvest in their research and development.
Okay.
Things that they're doing.
What else? Okay. We have done almost the everything in it. Look, I'm going to read for you the answers. XM competes in a high technology market. It may be important to encourage employees to contribute with ideas to the business, to ensure that the business is more dynamic. Okay, dynamic, this is because we need to have updates every time. Sales phones are a competitive market, okay? Employees in research and development may respond to having more autonomy in positive way and to more motivated as a consequence of this approach. Why research and development need more flexibility when they are researching?
It's quite creative.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't need someone over the head saying, do this, do that. they would be created by themselves. Okay. Okay. The third one, this is a fast-changing market, and the XM needs to be able to adapt to changing quickly. A soft approach may encourage a more flexible and adaptive workforce. We said that already. Employees involved in a product development will be highly skilled. We said that already. Reference may be made to theories such as Maslow and Herzberg as providing support for democratic management. Okay, let's talk about this. Theories such as Maslow and Hertz as providing support for democratic management. What do you think about that? Democratic management is what leading to what? To
contribution.
Remember Maslow. Okay.
Yeah. Is it contributing to self-actualization?
So,
so the democratic.
You give democracy to your employees. Yeah. How they are going to feel?
So they're going to feel like they're involved, like they belong.
Exactly. First of all.
So they would have gained the social aspect on the hierarchy.
Yes, because you know that what Maslow said. Every time you reach a level, you want to go deeper. This is inner to us. Okay. So every time. A skilled one would reach a level by Maslow, he would want to reach another one, and so he would want to improve by himself. Okay, create more competitiveness with himself. Understand?
Yeah.
So you are creating like a machine that wants to update herself every time, like your phone sending you charge the update. It's like that, okay?
Yeah.
Because you are creating this feeling of wanting to get the best, and the best, and the best, okay? So let's go further. High investment in training and development of employees will increase their productiveness and effectiveness. We just said that already. And this approach may reduce the cost of labor turnover and encourage lower rates of absenteeism. We said that. Absenteeism because they are well. They feel well within their company. They feel at home, okay? Use of share options can encourage motivation, like you said, and aims to be innovative. Brand employees are essential to achieving this goal, okay? So basically, we said everything. Next question. You do have the question, I'm not having them.
Discuss the importance of research and development to XM's future success in the smartphone market.
You have to answer. I'm not saying a word because it's quite obvious.
Well, research and development is important in almost any field, but specifically in any technological company. They need to develop a new technology because of the competitiveness of the market, considering that every phone that has been released every phone that is released by a company tends to be an update or a cheaper version of a really good piece of software, which means that if they do not research and keep up with the current levels of processor units or RAM in their phones, then they would not have the same amount of sales as their competitors would.
Exactly. And how would you call the period of a product?
The life cycle.
Bravo. You have to use that. The life cycle of technology items is
very short because of the...
This is the right term to say, because I said to you, in business you have to use the right term. Okay, so the life cycle of technological items are short.
Very short.
Exactly. This is basically the main idea of it, okay? Because, like you said, technology is
fast-moving.
Exactly, fast-moving and dynamic market where the technology is updated every single 6 months, or actually it's 6 months, it's even less than 1 year, okay? Because you can have update to your phone every 3 months.
something like that.
Yeah.
Depends on the bugs that
Exactly. So, and the new phone come one each year. Okay. So it's quite fast. It's quite quick. So the life cycle is short. So you need to update. What else?
Could you
Yes, ma'am.
say how it's quite expensive to do R&D and also it can take a long time, so you need to be ahead?
Of course,
Things.
yes, definitely. R&D costs a lot, so you need to be ahead, like two step ahead
Yeah.
from your competitor, to not spend that much money on it. But you have to be, you have to spend money on research and development. What else? I was having an idea and I lost it. What else?
Could you also say like the importance of developing your staff as you develop new products, so developing new processes and new...
This is why they are skilled, okay?
Yeah.
This is why they are always trained, and this is why they are with a strategic alliance with a university, leading university, not any university, but leading university in technology, okay? So this is important, okay? What else? Let's see the answers.
Well, having a good priced phone, well, the price of the phones that they are releasing is very low compared to most phones, and if they have a very innovative piece of technology that they release, it increases brand image and recognition.
Exactly, tout à fait. No, it's really that, okay? What else? I'm not having, it's absolutely that actually. I'm not having a slide on it. Page 12, page 2, page 2. It's this way. Okay, let's see the answers. Smartphones are constantly being developed, like you said. In such a dynamic market, phones quickly become outdated. We said that. XM aims to be innovative firms rather than a copy firm. Okay. R&D is essential to innovation. So, you know that, for example, I would not go for a company that is copying, that I would go for a company that is creating, because copying may make your item weaker than the original. I prefer to pay, honestly, I prefer to invest more and to have something better than to invest less and then you would just lose your item. Okay? So everyone would go for the original, not the copy. This is why it's important for them to not copy, but to be original in their, because if you launch something new, everyone would follow you and you would make people copying you, but those people are not the original. You would stay always the original, and people and then customers would follow you, not the copyist. Okay? And what else? Research and development adds considerably to cost and is not guaranteed to be successful. That's the drawback. Okay, research and development are really, really expensive. Sometimes they are really, you have to invest millions on research and development, and finally you end by having nothing. At the end of the year, you have nothing. You have to go and buy from someone who already developed something from, for example, the university. Do you think that for XM it's paying to have a strategy with a leading university? It's in case the research and development doesn't find anything. This is why. So he's paying in two front. In deux fronts, I mean two sides.
Yeah.
Giving money to university to be the priority for their innovation, and paying the research and development to create and innovate. But sometimes they don't have anything; they have nothing. Okay. And the last one is before the last one, XM may struggle to compete as much larger firms may have greater access to funding. For example, don't compare iPhone to Nokia. Nokia was the first one, but then he has been distanced by iPhone because iPhone now has a lot of money. So the research and development in iPhone is bigger than, let's say, another one, LG. Okay, has a lot of money than more than LG. So even if LG would create new features that that iPhone doesn't have, but it's still a small company because their research and development is not as powerful as.
Actually, I wouldn't use LG as an example.
I don't know the phones, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
with you.
LG is a very big company in Asia, in the countries. Well, Apple
Korea.
practically doesn't exist there.
What?
Apple
Doesn't exist.
They do not have iPhones much there.
They have Samsungs.
Samsungs and LGs.
And LG, yes. But in China, they have Apple.
Yeah.
They have iPhones. Yeah, it's just an example. But I would say that LG doesn't have the same features and the same capabilities than Samsung, if you compare both of them. Okay, let's not compare LG and iPhone, but LG with the, as you said, that they are in the same in Korea. Okay, so this is how you consider two companies. Is this company having big investment in the research and development, and this one just an average investment? The results would not be the same. Okay, and the last one is, as a growing firm, XM faces many demand on its finances. What do you think about that? What do they mean by this?
I mean it because they're growing.
Yes.
Because they said they've got to spend money elsewhere on a sort of like startup.
Exactly, and financing new flow production, or financing new, for example, training, financing.
Well, in your factories, and because they're at full capacity.
Exactly, they are full capacity, so they need to buy machinery. Okay, so it's it's a real drawback for them to have a big research and development. Okay, so the evaluation here, we have seen the pros and cons. So what is the evaluation of the importance of research and development to XM future success in the smartphone market? We have seen the pros and the cons. Now evaluate. What would you think?
I would say that
yes, tell me.
The research and development is important to XM in the smartphone market because it is such a fast-moving market, and I think that the cost, like the risk of the money that you spend and the risk of failure is far less than the risk of not.
Definitely, to not be updated.
Yeah.
That's the great evaluation to make, okay? This is the right one. Even if the research and development cost a lot, they can't avoid it because they are in a fast-paced technological market, okay? That is really, really fast.
Yeah.
So they can't avoid it. They need a research and development. Otherwise, they are lost, okay? Let's move to the third question, please. Refer to Appendix A and calculate for 2015 the dividend yield. How would you calculate the dividend yield?
So Appendix A, right?
Let's write it.
It would be the number of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Honestly, I don't like those ratios. I prefer smallest one. They are more accurate than all those. But I'm having in my office, you can do the same. I'm having like a table where I wrote all my ratios just to remember them, because even, oh God, we have a ghost here. An intellectual ghost, smartphone. So and the significance of it in my office, so I can, oh yeah, I need that, and I need that to compare between, for example, whenever a company would launch her results in internet, I can understand the significance of each numbers from my table. So let's go and write the dividend yield in Here, oh God, it's so slow.
It would be the 25
Okay,
divided by 100, right?
what is dividend yield? Explain to me that dividend yield. Alors, ça, c'est 3. Dividend yield.
How much you get from a share, I guess.
It's, okay, it's annual dividend. Dividend by current stock price. Okay. You have the tables because I'm not having them. Can you tell me the annual dividend?
The annual dividend is 0.25.
Alors, 0.25. And the current share?
Is
current stock price?
It is 15.
Bravo, it's 15. So it's equal to
1.67.
1,67.
Because times 100 because of the.
Okay, if we compare, so annual dividend is 1.67 current stock price. What does it mean? It looks like 4. Okay. What does it mean? What is the meaning of dividend yield?
Is that how much you get for your investment in your dividend? So if you are a shareholder?
Exactly. Because here the current stock price is, for example, $50, and what you have is 1.67 of the stock price.
Mm-hmm.
It's une fois, it's 1 time 65. So you are going to have how much? 50 by 1.6. It's something like this, okay? You have to multiply them to understand how much you are going to earn, okay? So a financial ratio that indicates how much a company pays out in dividend each year related to its share price. This is the share price, current stock price, and how much you are going to pay as a dividend to each share. The next question is price earning ratio. Do you know the price earning ratio? Okay, let's go down. 3. Ça, ici. 1, A, B. Alors, price earning ratio. So it is price earning ratio equal to liquid assets sur current liabilities. Nils, can you give me that from the tables?
Liabilities. Wait, isn't it? I thought. Isn't PE ratio current share price over earnings per share?
Or you can have it profit after tax.
Yeah, it's profit after tax.
Okay, so liquid assets. Profit after tax.
Sorry, it's
of current liabilities or total number of shares.
It would be 2.2 in total for 220 million divided by 100, and then you have to.
Wait. Total number of shares. No, the earning per shares.
Yeah. Current shares over earnings per share, and then earnings per share is profit after tax over total number of shares.
There is a lot of price earning per share ratio equal current share price. It depends what you have in your table. Current share price by earning per share. Per share. Okay. It's not that. It's liquid assets or current liabilities or current share price. Okay, so current share price
15.
15. Okay, I'm having trouble to go here. Equal. So you have 15. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Earning per share.
2.2.
Why? Because you have.
Because you divide the total profit after tax, 220 million, divided by the number of ordinary shares, which is 100 million, which is 2.2.
Okay, so it's 15 by 2.2. It's equal to what? How much?
6.8.
2.
Yeah, 2.
It means that the current per share price is 6.82. The earning per share. It means that it's quite profitable. Okay, and the next question is.
Refer to the answers from A and other relevant information. To what extent should the shareholder of XM be pleased with the company's financial performance in 2000?
Okay, what do you think?
2000. I think that
2015 found that here the dividend yield is 1 times 67. Okay, this the stock price. So they are going to earn money, and the price earning ratio is 682. Okay, so you what do you think about that? What do we have as well? Can I see the tables? Okay, we have acid ratio and current ratio. Look, acid ratio test. 0.87, and I'm not looking at the current ratio. I don't like current ratio. I prefer always acid ratio, where you take off the stocks, okay, the inventory. What do you think? Do they have money to pay their liabilities or not?
No.
So they are short of liquidity. Okay. What else? I'm seeing that
it's decreasing still, so they're losing their liquidity still.
Exactly. But the thing is, share price are rising, and the dividend rising as well. It means even if they are not having liquidity to pay their liabilities, but they are still making what? Profit. Okay, so you would go for a company that have liquidity. I'm asking you a question. Would you go to invest in a company that doesn't have liquidity to pay her liabilities, but have profit, or not having profit, but able to pay her liabilities? What do you think?
Profit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For example, if you want to invest in a company, you would go and see online or wherever, you can go ask a broker, if this company is paying dividend each year. For example, you invest your money and each year you have dividend. that's nice. If they are not paying for 1, 2, 3 years, don't invest, even if they are paying their liabilities. Okay? Because you can have a current ratio decreasing. They can have problem with liquidity, but they can manage to make profit as well. Okay, so maybe in the long term they will pay all their liabilities. This is what it's interesting to know. Okay, profit after tax. Look,
Yeah.
150. Okay, in 2014 and 220 million.
It's an
It's in
increase of
million.
70 million.
Okay, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really impressive. So it's nice to consider those numbers whenever you are an investor. So to answer from another relevant information from this table, to what extent should the shareholders of XM be pleased with the company financial performance in 2015? Are they pleased or not?
I say they should be very pleased, considering the profit, and they're paying out very good dividends with the percentage dividend yield.
Definitely, this is the answer. Okay, even if you develop it more and give as many as they did, but it's fine. Okay, so let's read what have been given by the answers. The business is profitable and post-tax, profit have increased by $70 million between 2015 and 2016. Shareholders are interested in profits as if it will affect share price, because a company that are doing profit, her share price would rise, okay, in the market. It will be difficult to buy these shares from the market. Okay, and the owners that have already purchased some action, he will see his action rising. So if he wants to sell those action, he will have more money. This is why we buy and share and sell actions. If a company is making profit, its shares would rise, and it's time for me to, for example, I'm seeing that in 2 or 3 years there will be an inflation, or there will be crisis, and there is a change in government, Brexit, whatever. Okay, and I'm seeing that this company, because it's related to Europe, or because it's related to financing from Europe, coming from Europe, and in 2 years this company is going to close down and make less profit because of the Brexit. What would you think? Even if it's making profit, and for the moment the stocks are really high, but I would go and sell them, okay, to have profit when the stock price are high. Okay, this is what you said. The difference between stock and shares. Shares is what you have, and stock, it's your stock, but you have to see the price of your shares on the market. This is the stock price. The difference between your shares, you buy them with that price, and they arose to this price. They augmented to this price. Okay, so shareholders are interested in profit as it will affect share price and the ability of the firm to increase dividends. Okay. Operating PM has increased from 11.13 to 12.2. What is PM? Profit margin, sorry. Okay, the profit margin has increased as well. It's fine. ROC. What is ROC?
Returns on capital.
Investment, exactly. Okay, return on capital has increased from 4.2 to 5.3. It is 4.2 to 5.3. ROC, yes, you have to calculate it. ROC, here it is, how you calculate it. Operating profit over the core capital employed. If you want to, we are going to write it here. return on capital investment before operating profit over what capital employed.
Yeah.
Okay. And dividend have risen as well. Risen to 25,000 million, but there has been a fall in the dividend yield from to 1.7. Dividend yield. Oh, here, yes, to 1.767. Okay, so they have lost a little bit of it since 2014. Yeah, even if the benefit has risen, but the dividend has why? Because maybe they have more shares. They sold more shares. Okay, so PE. What is PE? Oh my mind. Ratio.
You mean the PE ratio, right?
Price earning ratio. Price earning ratio has increased slightly from 680 from 670 to 680. It's fine. Okay. There has been a substantial increase in the share price of 50%. This is good for shareholders who will make a capital gain in the sale of their shares. Okay. This is what you need to know. Okay, let's go to a further question, the next one. Yes, please, my love.
So, refer to Appendix B and other information. Discuss the changes that XM might need to make to keep, to its current marketing strategy when entering the market in country Z.
Okay, what do you think? Have you heard the question? Okay. So, what do you think?
Well, for one, the current strategy is a lot through online selling, which is only 10% of countries' Z's market.
Let me just read again, discuss the changes that XM might need to make to its current marketing strategy when entering the market in country Z. What do you think? The change in marketing strategy?
So how they get on,
how they get?
Kind of close to advertising, so how they get onto the market and show themselves on that, I guess.
Marketing strategy. Remember, the marketing strategy is
the SWOT.
The 4 Ps.
Exactly. Okay, or 7 Ps or 4 Cs.
4 Cs,
okay?
yeah, not 4 Ps.
It's fine.
So
whatever you choose, it's up to you. Okay, let's see. Let's say 5 Ps. Okay.
Well.
So they have to change their mind in the marketing strategy. The first marketing point is
price, product.
So start with price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Considering that the mean household income is $2,000 less.
2%.
Yeah. 20%. Yeah, 20%. Isn't it?
Give me that, please. Country Z. Okay. How is your country Z? Market share or percentage of household? Okay. 20%.
Yeah.
In country Y is 70%.
Yeah.
And in country Z is 30%.
For internet access.
Oh, for internet. Percentage of population, media, smartphone, percentage sale through online, forecast sales, look. That's nice to look at, okay? Percentage of sales through online selling. Here it's 14, and here it's 10. But forecast sales growth is here 5% and here 11.
The market's developing.
Yeah.
So like people are more wanting to have a smartphone in countryside.
Exactly. Market share of market leading brand.
It's a bit larger than the
Exactly.
countrywide. It has more than 50%, which means that they hold a large amount of the price range on the film, and if any changes in that.
Okay, and so those are our numbers. Here, market share here is more important than that one. Forecast sales more in Z. It's bigger than in Y. Forecast sales bigger in Z than in Y. Percentage of sales through online, and
their main strategy is
online sales. Okay, and smartphone ownership percentage, it's 20%. So they are not really interested by smartphones.
Or that they are still moving into the market.
Exactly, or maybe they would switch to smartphone. Median household income is 8,000, and here it's 100,000. So what would you think in terms of pricing? Are they going to reduce their price or keep the same price or augment the same price? This is the strategy of marketing, okay?
It would all depend on their competitor, and considering that there's very little information given on the competitor's pricing. And
don't we have about the competitors?
Not in country C's. Why?
Market development. Alors, XM has decided to enter the market in country Z. In preparation for this, the overseas expansion team commissioned research on the market. Appendix B gives details of this research, developing a marketing strategy for this new market. Objective for today is to sell a total of 2 million smartphones in this new market, rising to 4 million the following year. This objective will continue to incorporate goals, becoming the fourth biggest global smartphone suppliers in by further data. So this one. Oh, let's see, that one is better. I haven't seen that one. Look. The GDP here is 2.5, but here it's 4.6. It means that
there is more opportunity for the.
But here the inflation is bigger. The exchange rate. You have the inflation and you have the interest. So it might be interesting. I would go for this country. Okay, even if. Here, it's not going to make me scared because the difference is not big. It's just $200 difference. And percentage of population, here the population is bigger by 5% between 20 and 34. So those...
Although smartphones being an internet access phone, the market is a lot less because it's 40% less in households.
And because they don't have smartphones. Well, so if you give them a smartphone, they will go on internet.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you think?
Well, smartphones is the availability to connect to the internet. So if households don't have internet in them, then there's no reason for the people to get a smartphone as well.
Or maybe because they don't have internet at home, they would go for an internet on their phone.
Yeah, it could go both ways.
Okay, you can't guess, but you better guess with those numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, because the growth, the GDP growth is bigger. It's twice bigger. Okay, here is 2.5 and here it's 4.6, almost the twice. the inflation is slightly bigger than in countrywide. Okay, so how would you go for it? Promotion. Would you go for promoting your product? Would you go for reducing or increasing your product? Would you go for a smartphone, smaller size, adapted smartphone for this country? What would you do? Actually, you have to think strategy. Okay.
Well, for pricing, considering that there is a slightly lower income and the exchange rate is a bit worse, I would say that the pricing for a smartphone would have to be considered and put into a lower field. The product, because there is no home Wi-Fi, it would have to be more for a. The product would have to be developed in a way that the people could access internet without home, so more for developing on cellular network instead of home Wi-Fi and connections like that. Price product placement would have to be marketed towards younger, which is still the same, so that would not what's the last one? Place. No, I had place. Price, product, place, and
pricing.
Price,
promotion, product, and place.
Promotion, product, and place. Promotion would be. They would have to change promotion a bit as well because of their sales through internet in country Y, and country C's sales is very low, and considering that they have a lot less homes have internet connection, which is very essential to buy phones off the internet.
Exactly.
So from the convenience point of view, going from the online sales, because they don't have any physical stores, so maybe a solution to that would be to open up physical stores in this country, but it's very expensive.
Exactly.
And it's a risk. But they would need to do a risk analysis of whether it would be worthwhile to do it that way.
Definitely. So if we consider the price, it's worth keeping the same price. For example, I would keep the same price for this country, and I would sell my existing product in this country. It's fine because they have a GDP quite important. The exchange rate is interesting as well, and population growth is important as well. It means that they are going to buy. Okay, here it's 2% and here is 0.5%.
Yeah.
Okay, it means that because there is a new income for them, they will feel better. They will feel wealthy now. They would go for the strategy. They would go for a smartphone. So I would go for and sell them a smartphone. The problem is I'm not having a lot of money. I'm not having liquidity, so I can't invest, except if you want to invest in sales stores. Okay, so I would go for the same price for my product. Okay, promotion. Do I need to do promotion, or just because they know already my product in my country, they would know it in their country?
No.
It's not. Okay, it's a possibility that they would have to invest in promotion. So what about the product? Maybe they would make it less important, less updated. Not updated. Less featured, like the one in country Y. Okay, so they can reduce the price as well. Okay, so they can afford to buy sales stores, okay, places where they can, convenience stores where they can sell the product. But it's quite risky actually. Okay, let's see what the evaluation of the mark scale. Changes may depend on the response from the established brand. Okay, aggressive marketing tactics or promotion by them could harm the impact of XM entry at low price. Okay, so it means that if you enter in low price, the established brand would react strongly, okay, and maybe do an advertisement that would harm your product, and harm your or launch something less low gam product that would just not give the chance to your product to be sold there. Okay, so the second one is how much budget will be available. That's really important. How much would you invest in that country? It is likely that promotion will need to be more traditional given less internet access, like you said. Okay, so we covered that. And media such as print or TV will be costly. Plus, choice of media to reach is 20, 34 years old will affect this, because 20 and 34 would be less likely to watch TV or to read newspaper. So you need more aggressive branding, like maybe paying actors or paying stars to wear your brands, or to have your in big screens, street screens, and that would cost a lot of money. Okay, then the how can we say I would say the old-fashioned way of branding. It's not. I'm just finding
like billboards.
Like if you brand on TV and on newspaper, that is classical way of branding. Okay, you need some more innovative way of branding. I told you, for example, hire a star and give them a football star and give them your phone, and he will just use it, and you film it, and film him, and put that in the street TV. Look, this footballer, star of football, or star of TV, or star of this and this, have my phone, and that would cost a lot of money, more than having a classical branding. So, what margin will retailers, distributor ask? Okay. So you have to consider, are they going to ask me small or big profit margin, those retailers? Because I'm coming from another country, they would tax me because, and what about the taxes of this country? Am I going to pay taxes because I'm introducing, or shall I build a new line of production in that country? So delocalization, okay? You have to consider all of that. But your remarks were really good. Okay, let's go further. Tired, guys?
No, something happened.
I'm sorry for your phone.
Okay, so
Your laptop.
Yeah.
number 5.
Okay.
So discuss the extent to which external factors, such as those shown in Appendix C, could influence the future success of XM.
Oh my God, the English accent. Discuss the extent to which external factors, such as those shown in Appendix C, could influence the future success of XM. Okay. So you start, please.
Okay,
Okay.
so we know.
GDP. Start by the
Okay,
GDP.
so start from the top. So we know that the GDP is higher in country Z, it's at 4.6%, whereas in country Y it's at 2.5%. However, could that be because of the growth in the population? Do you know if that's actually because they are getting more?
Just talk about GDP.
GDP, okay. So it's how much?
What do you think? The impact of
the impact
rising
of that.
GDP on the population.
On the population?
Yeah, because they ask you to
It
look,
will...
such as those shown in Appendix C, could influence the future success of XM. So, what about GDP? GDP of country Z.
So
is it going to influence the success of XM?
Yeah, it could increase the incomes of
Exactly.
the population, which will mean
Definitely that.
that
If the incomes are increased, what would happen?
you'd be willing to pay more, to buy more stuff because they have more disposable
Exactly.
income.
You will rise the ability of purchasing. Okay. So people would go, as from B, we have seen that they don't have smartphone. The first thing to react to is if you create you as a company the need, because if you created the need, okay, as a marketer, if you do marketing, you do like marketing managers. What do you need to be able to enter a market with a product, a defined product? You need to create the first thing you do.
Image.
The need.
Oh, the need. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
That's essential for you. This product is essential for you. You can't live without this product. This is the need. Okay? If you create the need, you would create what? The purchase. Okay? So it means that with an accurate marketing, because of the GDP growth, that would lead
to an increase in purchasing.
Exactly.
Okay.
With an appropriate marketing.
Yes.
Okay? Perfect. And inflation, NIMS.
Well, with the inflation in the country, it's old. I've been speaking Swedish for a week. Inflation.
I'll tell you. For example, my country is facing an inflation. Okay? The inflation in my country, if you go with your money to my country, you would feel rich. Okay? As you coming from country Y, okay, you go to a country where the inflation is bigger. What do you think? What are you going to feel? You feel at ease.
Yeah.
Because you have more money than them. Your money is more valuable than theirs. Okay? So, develop.
If the inflation in country X,
Y
is smaller than in country Z, that means that when moving money into country Z, they would have more money. They would have more money to spend on product, I guess. But when bringing money out of the country, the profits, they would be losing money, I guess.
No, not definitely not. Don't worry, because the same amount of money you're coming to inject in that country. For example, it's will inject money in country Z, but in return they will have a profit, and they will have the money. It's worth what they have invested. What we need to, yes.
What I'm saying is, if they're taking money out of countries and say back into country Y, they would be losing money.
No, you're. If, for example, someone from Z going to Y, but we are not in this case. We are in the case of Y going to Z. Okay, and even if Y would take back his money, it will be worth taking it, because he has worked. For example, I'll give you an example. I will write here. Just an example, okay? I'm having 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I go to here in country Y. I go to country Z, and it will become, for example, I don't know the rate. It will become, for example, 700.
Yeah.
Okay. I work with those 700, and those 700 would give me a net value of 200 pounds. Okay, so the total would be 700 plus 200. It's 900. I want to take them back to my country. Okay, the rate, I need the rate. From here to here, let's say 1.5. 1.5 by 500 by 1.5 is, do you have your phones? I need the calculatrice. I'm not good at it. I've never been good at calculating. So let's do it properly. And let's do it more than properly. Okay, tell me.
750, but if you did
750?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh man. Oh, sorry. I'm not good at that. Okay, let's do it. So you said 750.
Yeah.
So, and then do 750 would have an add value of 200. Okay, it means that it's 250. Okay, it means that you have 1,000.
Yeah.
Now you want to take back those 1,000 if you want to take them back. Okay, because what you need to take back is just 250. Because you still need to invest those to give you more and more and more money. But okay, let's take back those 1,000 to countrywide. So you are going to divide them by
1.5, which my calculator says is that, but I think it's wrong. 1.5. Nee, 1.5. 666.
666.66. Okay, 67.
Yeah.
So you have your 500. You didn't lose them.
Yeah.
Plus 166.
Mm.
So you are never going to lose.
Yeah.
Understand me?
Yeah.
So in the contrary, you would have more money to invest than in your country, because here you have only 500 and here you have 750. And because the inflation of 3%, those 750 might buy more than what you buy in your country. Understand me?
Yeah.
Does it make sense for you? Okay, so we go again for the evaluation. Where is it? It might be that one. Yes. We could talk about inflation, the exchange rate now. What do you think? We talk here in the exchange rate. Look, in the answer here, the exchange rate will be important as I said, as XM will start exporting phone.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2017, depreciation in country Y and appreciation in country Z will improve price competitiveness. Okay. Of XM, however, may lead to increasing manufacturing costs. Okay, so in country Y, if components are imported, okay, if you import from, for example, I am in this country, I am from this country, country Z, and I have a line of production. The labor would not cost much. What is going to cost much?
Export.
Parts. No, the export would give me money.
Okay.
Okay, but labor, the parts. I'm sorry, the parts of my iPhone, I would buy from example, from country X. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to use it.
We have country X now.
Okay, so if I buy from this country and they have the same rate, exchange rate as country Y, the part would cost me more. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, Nels?
Yep.
Yes, Annabelle? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So to make this phone, it will cost me more than if I make it in country Y or country X. Okay. If I do here, if I send my own things to here, from Y to X, I would send all the items. I'm not buying them from another country. I'm the one bringing them. I'm the one wealthy going to a third country, for example. You will bring all your wealth, even your parts, and you are going to make them there with labor costing less. You would gain in exchange. Okay, but if you are from country Z and you want to buy from country X, that would cost you more. C? Okay, I have to erase all that because it's a big mess. Okay. This is for the exchange rate. What is left?
Population growth in the
Yes, population growth, please.
so because in country Z the population growth is 2%, whereas in country Y it's at 0.5%. So that shows that there's a growing in the market. So there's more possibilities to sell.
Okay. Can you repeat, please? I wasn't concentrating. Sorry.
Okay. So in country Z, there is a population growth of 2%, but in country Y, there's a population growth of 0.5%. So this growth shows that there is more opportunity for the market is growing, so there's more opportunity to sell to people.
Definitely. Yes. Okay. You can look at the other. Oh, here. Where is the table? You can look at this table as well. Okay. And you have more people. Okay.
Yeah,
Young people between 20 and 34. So you have an augmentation of 5% of more people. Okay, if there are millions, 5% of millions might be 5,000 and 500,000 per person purchasing your phone. That would be interesting. Even the half of it, even the third of it would be nice. Okay, what else?
Just a thought. Could the growing population mean that they could also benefit from more economies of scale? If they're...
Of course, bravo! It's really, really, really relevant, okay? If you grow your market, you are growing the economy of scale. The thing is, they are almost at the limit of their production, so they need, okay, because you don't lose that inside, for example. They need to invest in their, did they say that or not? They are at the limit of the production, I think.
Yeah, they said they were at very
venture capital approach with limit available products. No, that every time that was no.
No, they said they're almost full capacity.
Yeah, they are almost full capacity, so they need to invest. The economy of scale is very good, okay, but they need to invest as well. So it's up to them if they want, for example, to have loans to ask people to do crowd financing or crowd investing or sell more shares or okay, it depends on them how they can have money to invest in that politics. The next question is it's in here.
It is question 6. Refer to the strategic choice data in Appendix D and the other information. Recommend to the board of directors of XM which one of the two options for future growth should be chosen.
So, what do you think? Smart TV or tablets? It's that the question. Am I wrong or right? 7, 6. Alors, refer to appendix B and am I right? Am I wrong? 8, 9. Yes. Okay. Okay. So it's this question. Shown appendix C could influence the future exam. That's done. This is 6. Okay, leave it aside. Now, just to read the question, 7, use this one thing. Refer to strategic choices, data in D, and other information to the board directly. Which one of the two options for futures? Yes, this is one. So, which one would you like to go for? Smart TV or tablets?
Tablets.
Bravo! Why? You have to develop.
Because
even I would go for tablets,
yeah.
but remember what they said here. Let's Let's split it. Okay. No, it's don't worry. Look, to have everything in here. Here, take over a smart TV subsidiary of a well-known multinational. Okay, first. And what they have, key points, has fallen, but that's not good. The fact that market share of these TV subsidiaries has fallen in the past 2 years, it's no good. Okay. Yeah. The second point is TV subsidiary factories is modern, and its products are good quality. This has to be taken in consideration. We should not go directly for this option without considering everything in the first one. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What are TV subsidiaries? They're like
TV subsidiaries has made losses. Oh yeah, the annexes.
Alexas.
Une annexe. Comment tu dirais une annexe?
I think it's the same word. I'm not like the outside. Is it outside?
Like DVD players?
No. It has made losses for the 3 successive consecutively. The likely purchase price would be low. D'accord. It's TV subsidiaries. For example, I don't know. Maybe what late?
I think it's
take over a smart TV subsidiary of a well-known. No. Look. Take over a smart TV subsidiary.
Yeah.
It might be just a product.
Yeah, it's definitely a product, but what type of product?
Look at it. You have internet?
I'm currently working on it. That's what was the problem.
I don't want to touch this one, otherwise...
Telephone.
Okay, telephone. Smartphone! Okay, it might be just, I thought that the subsidiaries, like the annex, okay. I think it's just the TV and what goes with the TV.
Like a DVD player.
Maybe, or maybe just the part of the TV.
Yeah. I guess.
For example, you can have high volume or not. Those high volume quality,
Yeah, speakers or.
Okay,
Yeah.
those subsidiaries, okay? But it's not important. What is important for me is that, look, the factory is modern and its products are good quality, okay? And in here, look, investment appraisal, capital cost is $180 million for the smart TV, and net present value is 50 millions. Here, chance of failure is 30%, and main force offer low main force. And here in tablet option 2, the capital cost is 400 million. It's not 180, it's 400 million. Can they afford $400 million of cost of capital?
Well,
because it's to consider that, okay?
Given the acid test ratio they had, it's quite, I'd say it's more risky to go with such a large need for finance because you can't pay much.
Although they are currently in a very high increase in profits.
But how much is their profit?
In the last year, they've had an increase of profit.
Yeah, but how much?
It's 220 million.
220, but this one is $400 million. And look, I've read somewhere that they might have an investment back after 1 year, somewhere to option are currently. This competed the market predicted made losses for 3 weeks. Okay, and here. Net present value is 100 million, and look, the difference. Look, here, it's 400 capital cost, $400 million. And the present value is just the double of this. But the capital cost is,
Yeah.
it's quite important, okay? I would go, you know what? If I was...
Still almost the same. It's just a tiny bit larger in value if you think about it.
Double and double, this is what you mean?
Yeah.
It's almost the double here, so in almost net present value.
And they have monetary value is 50 million, which means chance of failure. So, well, they stand to lose a lot more money with the failure, but there's less chance of failure. They have a technological, I don't know.
Okay, the smartphone, the tablets might benefit from the skill of XM because they are already doing phones. So it might be risky to go, I would say, like an analysis, okay? It might be risky to go, because I would start, like you said last time, how I'm going to do an evaluation. I would go, okay, here the numbers in country Z are better than in country Y, defining each one, okay? Because here I'm just summarizing. I would say the inflation here 3%, but the exchange rate is more important in Z than in Y, and the change in interest is +1. It's not -1. It's +1, and the population growth is 2%. And in another way, smart TV, okay, is like likely to not be able to. I'm doing in phones. I'm not having much skills in TV. That might be risky, but there is less chance of failure. There is more present value gaining. There is the force change is 14. It's quite important. Okay. Force against change is 10. I would go for this. It's a little bit risky, but I would go for this as I am already in phones, okay? This tablet would benefit from my knowledge, okay? And I would create economy of scales, like you said, by creating a new product. And what else? If you use Boston matrix or hands-off matrix, what would you say? Let's draw it together, okay? What would you say? Nils, I'm counting on both of you guys.
I would say that because you're entering into a new market with option 1, it's quite a lot of a high risk because you don't know anything at all about it. But because you know a little bit more about it in option 2,
yes,
because it is still.
You are already in phones.
Yeah, like you already.
And this is an opportunity, even if they can raise funding, okay, by crowdfunding or loans, or ask for your sharers or people who are having shares. Shareholders. I'm sorry, sometimes I'm losing my words. Your shareholders to invest again and to share the profits later, okay? So they would re-inject what they have gained, okay, for 1 year, and then you raise the price of their stocks, okay? Making them the rise stocks, the stock rise, making them profit from the rise of stocks, as well as having dividend the second years, the next years. Okay, they would think of investing in your company because you have a good plan. Just present that in a big in réunion. How do you say that? In English?
Like a big
Une réunion oh là là, je perds même en français. Sometimes I'm switching from French to English, English to French, and then I'm losing everything. Une réunion des shareholders, comment tu dirais?
Oh, like a shareholder meeting.
Shareholders meeting. That's it. It's as easy as that. And you are going to make a plan. This is my plan. This is how I'm going to make my company bigger, your stocks more valuable, and your dividend next year and in the 4 years even more. They would definitely invest by re-injecting that profit, okay, not thanking them and reinvesting them, okay? So that would be interesting for them, okay? The thing is, the question asked was, sometimes I'm losing my... Alors, recommend to the board of directors and which one of the two options for future growth should be chosen. I would tell them, okay, according to Boston Matrix. Tell me what is Boston Matrix, guys?
It's the one with the cash cows and stuff, right?
Okay.
There's a star, problem child, cash cow, and dog. There's high and low market share, and then there is...
I'm always confused between them. Is this that or that this? That is that. This is why I chose on Matrix.
Market growth.
Fine. Okay. Alors, I forgot the word.
That's not Boston.
Boston. This is one. It's
This
Boston.
one's Boston.
This is Hands of Matrix.
Yeah.
And Boston. Okay. Alors, we use them both. Okay. I would go for that. Okay. I'll propose to them that my star for now, my cash cow now is my phone. Why is it? Cash cow is my phone. Okay, and I'm not having any product to eject. Okay, so my future star is my tablet. Okay, so from this I would invest in this. And what is my diversification is to invest in market Z. So here you have economy of scale. Okay. And if I use this is Boston Matrix. And if I use Hands of Matrix, I would have, this is the market. And this is the product. I'm having both here existing market and here future market. Here an existing product and here future product. Oh, what happened?
Sorry. I chose there. There we go.
Okay, so market penetration, this is...
Sorry,
okay.
I just want to check something because it could happen now.
Sometimes.
No, we're good.
We're good, perfect.
Sorry. Just wanted to make sure.
Merci, thank you so much. This is so existing product with existing market. This is what we are. This is market-wide. D'accord? N'est-ce pas, Annabelle?
Yeah.
Market-wide. So the future product with the existing market, it's still tablet within market-wide. Is it worth investing in this or going here? A new market, okay, with an existing product. Or better, a new market with a new product. Which one is better? You are going from here to there, okay? So for usually we do this, okay? But if you go this and you have the money to do it, it's better. Why?
Because
It's quicker.
It's better to go this way, because you have the existing product with a bigger market. So this is economy of scale. But in our case, we have tablets, and we know already the market of tablets and phones. Okay,
Yeah.
So it's like a new product without a new product. Okay, so you are going to benefit from your knowledge, from your and you extend your market, and you extend what? Your products. So it's this one is definitely better. This is what I'm going to say to my look. The investment is quite big, but it's worth doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the evaluation. Pro, cons, but this is what I'm saying to you. Okay, guys. Entering this market is quite new because we don't know it perfectly. We need to invest money. What else? What else? We don't have selling stores. We don't have this. We don't have that. But if we invest money, we are going to look at this country, the growth of this country, the GDP, the inflation, the exchange rate, the labor would be less. Okay, if even our product, we are going to launch flow lines of production from that. Okay, that would cost us less than here because the exchange rate. Look, it costs $400 million, but for them it will be a huge amount of money. And this is going to rise our profit in 1 year. Look, it's not 100 with this option that is really have bigger chance of failure. My idea is to go for tablets. It's quite risky, it's quite costly, but the return would be important, and this is how you evaluate. Okay. I think we are done, guys. A question?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Annabelle?
No. Would I be able to send you over some? Would we send you over some areas which we'd like to go over?
Definitely, you can send it. You have already my Slack, and you can send it to Niels, and you can send me whatever you want. Okay. If you want, for example, journals about an article, or articles about an items, or about a subject, about how to establish. Might give you an example of how you will write down an evaluation, starting by pros, cons, and then conclusion with your idea. Okay. Don't hesitate to send me anything. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I think we need to switch it like this.
Yeah.